but it's time for us to sleep. Sometimes, when I play that night over in my head, I give it a new ending. I answer Checkers with the truth, that the most he ever achieved was minor local fame, that his movies were shoddily produced, illogically plotted, clumsily directed. This hurts Checkers. It hurts me too. But the next morning we go on with our life, and I marvel at the possibilities. We might have married. There could have been children. We would still be together, and we wouldn't have needed Gas Gasman that Saturday morning in January of '70 when he rang our doorbell. "Who are you?" I asked. Through the peephole, I saw a stranger in a safari hat wipe his feet on our doormat as though we had already welcomed him. "The name's Guzman, from Hollywood, USA. I'm here for, Checkers," he looked at the name written on his palm, "Rosario." I put my hand on the doorknob, made sure it was locked. "What do you want?" He leaned into the peephole, his smile so big I caught the glint of a shiny gold crown on a back tooth. "His monsters," he said. From the bedroom, I heard Checkers start his day the usual way, with a phlegmy cough from the previous night's bourbon. I went to him. "Someone is here," I said, poking his shoulder. "From Hollywood." He lifted his head. I returned to the front door. I didn't want to, but I did. For Checkers. I unlocked the lock and let Gas Guzman in. I led him to the kitchen, offered him a plate of Ritz crackers and a square of margarine. I stood by the sink, watching him as he ate. His shirt and shorts were covered with palm trees, and his purple sandals clashed with the orange lenses of his sunglasses. A large canvas bag was on the floor beside him, and his hat was still on. Checkers stepped into the kitchen. "The great Checkers Rosario," Gas said. Checkers stared at Gas with bloodshot eyes. "Used to be," he said, then sat down. Gas explained himself. He was in Manila visiting an ex-girlfriend, a makeup artist for Coco Loco. He had toured the studio, gone through their vaults, and found copies of Checkers' movies. "I watched them all, and I thought, jackpot! Eureka! This is the real deal. They said if I wanted to use them, I should find you." He pulled 4 canisters of film from his canvas bag and stacked them on the table. "And now you're found." Checkers took the reels from the canisters. I could hear him whisper their titles like the names of women he once loved, and still did. The Creature in the Cane, Cathedral of Dread, Dracula, Dracula, The House on Dead Filipino Road. "Use them," he said. "What for?" 3 words, Gas said. "Motion, picture, history." He got up, circled the table as he explained his movie. En route to Earth from a distant star system, the crew of the Valedictorian crash lands on a hostile planet inhabited by bat-winged pygmies, lobster-clawed cannibals, 2-headed vampires. "That's where your stuff comes in. I'm going to splice your movies with mine." He went on about the mixing up of genres, chop suey cinema, bringing together East and West. "We'd be the ambassadors of international film." "What's your thinking on this?" Checkers asked me in Tagalog. "Is this man serious? Is he just an American fool?" "Ask how much he'll pay," I said. "Get 20% more, give him the movies, and show him to the door." "All our hard work for a few pesos?" Checkers looked at me as though I'd slapped him. "That's their worth to you?" He asked if I'd forgotten the 10-star reviews, the long lines on opening night, but I didn't want to hear about it, not anymore. So I reminded him about the life we'd been living the last 3 years, how I sat day after day in an unair-conditioned dentist's office, staring at a phone that never rang, while he slept through